Welcome, everybody, to our Fantastic Four roundtable discussion where we all saw Fantastic Four. And so now we're going to get into it. I'm excited. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
That's right. Just call the four. The original Fantastic Four is here
Yeah,
right now
us.
to talk about Fantastic Four First Steps from director Matt Shakman, starring such incredible and notable luminaries of the era, including Eben Moss-Bacharach, Joseph Quinn, Vanessa Kirby, and Pedro Pascal, among others. Before we get into spoilers, let's talk about our non-spoiler initial reactions to Fantastic Four and some of the highlights that we can talk about without giving away everything. And then at the latter half, we'll just gab and spoil everything and talk about our likes, our dislikes, our missteps, and first steps for Fantastic Four. What do you guys think? What are some of your initial post-viewing feelings about Fantastic Four? I think, Ben, why don't you kick us off?
I want to see it again. It was
I did
good
see it
enough
again.
that I would happily see it again in theaters. And to say that about a Fantastic Four movie is impressive.
That's fair, because I've seen, 4 Fantastic Four movies? Maybe twice ever.
Yeah.
I saw it on Thursday, and then saw it less than 12 hours later on Friday.
Was it as good the second time?
I didn't miss a thing. I was like, actually, I was glad because I had to go to the bathroom at some indeterminate period in the first viewing, and so I caught the whole thing. And I can tell you that I made the right decision. Not that I was disappointed in a sequence or anything, but I was like, yeah, context clues gave me.
Led me to believe that I wasn't going to miss something drastic.
Yes. Also, because I was like, I think I saw this scene in a trailer. That's coming up. But yeah, Ben, you want to see it again?
I want to see it again. I would love to be able to sort of know the stories going on in the background, but also look at all the little details and the things they added, because the design elements of the movie are phenomenal.
Yes, absolutely. The movie is gorgeous looking, and so deliberate and distinct. Those are my two kind of words I would use to describe it. It's very deliberate. It's not like trying to figure out where it is or how it fits or anything. And it uses the whole, because I don't know if this is a spoiler, but it is it's in its own universe. And it entirely takes place within that universe. And so as a result, you're kind of it allows itself to kind of just go in one direction and not have to worry about well, how is Black Widow going to fit into this? No, it's just
Right.
one world.
It's its own thing.
Yeah, exactly. Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, I really liked it. I would also see it again. I was thinking the same thing about catching background details, because it seemed like there could be some. I'd also want to do a little research now that I know some of the characters and stuff that are referenced. Some of them I recalled from our recent Fantastic Four, not the most recent one, but the the one where we covered some of the early issues. And some of them are is that someone from? So yeah, I would like to do a little research and go see it again. I completely agree about the look and tone and feel being served by not being connected to the Marvel universe, and I would say it's a argument in favor of the concept of a multiverse, or even just allowing your other movies to feel different tonally and look different visually is very effective.
Yeah. It's funny how the best foot forward in the multiverse saga is also the last. Hey, we're in the multiverse. We can do anything we want. And we kind of messed it up every single time, except for that Spider-Man movie. And even then, I love it, but it is a little all over the place. There's 2 really good movies in there. Well, there's one really good movie in there, and then there's also a movie where all 3 Spider-Men hang out.
Yeah. I think I like visiting another universe. I don't want to go back and forth or have all the shenanigans of travel between, it's I don't need to deal with. I mean, that's kind of fun sometimes, but just living in another world is wonderful. And Marvel hasn't really been able to do that too much. So it definitely was successful.
Yeah.
In a way, we kind of got that with this movie without saying too much when they travel in the ship.
Yes.
That felt like a different universe. Like the science of it, how they did it, it was visually stunning, but like where they ended up is very different than the Earth that they are on.
Right.
And that sort of makes it feel like, oh my God, the world is larger, the universe is larger than we really expected, and there's so much more out there that we didn't know. And I think that ties into what Marvel has in its pocket, being like, look, this is a constant. This is what awaits you.
Right. Tiffany, what about you?
I also would like to see it again. I'd actually like to see it in IMAX.
I did see it in IMAX.
We
and
did
it's
not. We
worth
saw
it.
it in Dolby, which was an incredible sound experience, and it looked great. But I was like, I could see this in IMAX and be very happy. I was also the thing that I was struck the most by, other than
Was the
obviously the
thing.
visuals, was the thing. Was the pacing of this movie. I have never seen a superhero movie that had pacing quite like this movie, in which every scene had a reason to be in there. And I don't understand how that came to be. Typically, there's always a couple scenes that are thrown in there for whatever reason, exposition, whatever. This movie was just trimmed all of that away. Just trimmed so much fat to the point where, like, when it was over, I desperately wanted more. And not in like it didn't explain it. It just was like, yeah, but.
Right.
And I agree too that stylistically, I think between this and shows like Loki, it's evidence that if you allow each property to have some distinct look, if it warrants it, you're going to get a better product in the end. It's much like when comic books overall have too much of like here's the comic book styling and we're just going to do that, it just starts to blend together and it doesn't make a difference. And so then when something comes along that's a little bit different, it hits harder, right? So I just think like there's a lesson there.
Yeah, I agree. I also was struck by how like tight the movie was, and I heard from director Matt Shackman, actually, what was it, yesterday? He said there's not going to be a director's cut. Like, don't ask for the Shackman cut. This is the movie. There's no more. Like, that's why I apologize to John Malkovich for cutting him out of the movie, because he's not going to be back in the movie at any point.
I mean, there's
Hey,
more.
hooray for Tiffany.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, but
she
can we
doesn't
get
like
some
John
deleted
I-
scenes or something?
I would like deleted scenes. I'll take deleted scenes.
Yeah.
That'd be
No,
very nice.
not with him.
Tiffany doesn't want that footage to see the light of day.
Don't.
I knew it. I knew he was who he was from
I
the
know.
trailer shot, from the first teaser. I was like, I know exactly who that is.
Yeah. You can go back to that. Like Sal used to play trailers for me, and I hadn't seen them yet, and he played that, and then I watched the whole thing, didn't think twice about it, and he's like, I think it's this character, I think it's Red Ghost, and I literally was just like, no, just no, and then it was,
Yeah.
it was.
You know how I knew? It's because John Malkovich hasn't used a regular accent in a movie in like 25 years. Another strength of the movie, besides its visual style and direction, apparently, is the casting. Everybody just, I think, brilliantly cast. Everybody was fantastic. No pun intended. Damn it, I did it again. But yeah, what do you guys think? Was there any standout for you, or do you have any disagreements about whether like the casting really worked or didn't work for you?
I was really impressed with Pedro Pascal because I didn't notice he was Pedro Pascal, and that was like my biggest worry, was like that he's so distinct. Like I'm not going to be able to like get past it, and I would not have thought of him as being good for Reed.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. He's great. I think he like disappears into the role, and he was a great Mr. Fantastic. So I don't know that he had like the best performance, but I was like the most impressed at that ability to transform into that character.
Yeah,
given that I know him so well. I didn't know the other actors as well, so for me, there wasn't any baggage with most of them.
That's true. No, I only know obviously Johnny Storm was in the last season of Stranger Things. I also had never seen Vanessa Kirby in anything, and she blew me away. Obviously, the part of the movie was like, it'll be mostly about Sue, and I'm like, that's completely fair. She's a great character and deserves like that kind of spotlight, and it's fantastic also that they managed to give her like such a dismissible power set. I hesitate to say that because like people are gonna be like, oh, what are you talking about? XYZ issues. She did all. Yeah, I agree. But
yeah, but
in the
it's
movies,
not like she's doing that all the time here.
Right. But in the movies, like make a force field, Sue, and then she has a nosebleed. And that's how you know she's pushing it really hard. That happens in both of those Tim Story movies.
Yeah.
In this one, she pushes harder than either of those, and also doesn't get a nosebleed.
Mm.
And I feel like that was a
I feel
Well,
like
I think they were like,
yeah,
like,
no spoilers.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Yeah, but yeah,
I appreciate that Pedro Pascal, like the first lines, I was like, he's doing a voice. And I was like, that's, thank you. Yes, you need to do a voice. You have
Right.
to, because that's all I can see
Yeah.
is, you know,
yeah,
as him as Joel, as him as, you know, the Mandalorian. Apparently, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, as whoever he was in that.
I loved him in the thing I saw him in.
I did not see that. I'm sorry. But no, I think I was honestly shocked at how I felt this movie was perfectly cast.
Yeah.
In a way I couldn't conceive of from the trailer.
No. I didn't see the bear, so I don't know Ebon Moss-Bachrach very well, but I thought he was a great Ben.
Mm-hmm.
I think he nailed it.
I feel like they didn't alter his voice. I feel like in every other movie I've seen, except for like maybe the original Fantastic Four from the, what was it, the late 90s?
Yeah, or early 90s, but still,
Early
it was the Corman one. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like everyone's done a sort of effect on the thing where they've made him a little bit more gravelly, and this is just my voice.
Yeah, why would it sound more rocky? My skin is rocks, but my vocal cords are still
which is
goo.
a good choice because it emphasizes or allows you to see a little more of the tragedy of it. He's a man in there.
That's a man in there.
If you distort his voice, like, oh, he's a monster, you kind of forget that. But no, he's just a guy. He's just a guy who looks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the other things that I want to point out, just because since we're on the thing, is the fact that like the movie is, I think it's 4 years after they've already become the Fantastic Four, so the movie's very much lived in. We've done This Man, This Monster. We've done probably 7 stories where the thing's like, look at me, Reed! Look what you've done! Reed is actually more upset about Ben being rocks than Ben is in this movie. And if you know that, it informs the movie. But if you don't, it doesn't take away or change anything about your viewing experience. But they could have very easily had a line in there. There's a moment where they're doing something, and Reed asks Ben to trust him, and he just looks at him. They could have added a line where he's like, you mean like last time? But no, they just let the actors do their thing. They tell the story. Like, yeah, I don't need to say anything. Look at me.
And there's that one moment where he's looking in the screen of the window, and it's reflecting the image that he used to be, and then it cuts out and you see the thing.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's all you need.
That's all. You don't need... Yeah, look, would I rather have flesh? Yes.
But this is my life.
Will whinging about it change anything? Probably not.
And not only that, I'm getting used to who I am, and I'm getting to accept the fact that, like, this is me, and I can do better with this than I was before.
Yeah, there's a great scene. It's one of the best moments in the Tim Story Fantastic Four is when the Thing's previous fiance or wife, I don't remember if they were married or not. She doesn't matter. She's there to make you hate her and love the Thing. But she sees the Thing save a bunch of children, so that's what inspires her to take her wedding ring off and leave it on the ground. And he tries to pick it up, but he can't because his horrible rock mitten won't touch it. It's a beautiful sequence where he can't do it, and then Reed helps him, like he picks it up for him. They're not going to do that better, so don't do that. So instead they're like, well, if we're not going to do that, like if it's not going to be about the tragedy of the Thing, then how about it's just the fun of him being the Thing? Like the majority of Fantastic Four stories are, where it's like, yeah, no, there's a handful of stories where the Thing's like, damn it, why? And then the rest of the books are like, it's clobbering time. So let's live in that era.
Yeah. I think that goes hand in hand with not doing the origin story, right? If you do the origin, you have to do the Thing is upset about the way he looks, because anyone would be, right? But moving it 4 years in the future, you get to skip all that. He's dealt with it. Maybe he hasn't completely dealt with it, obviously.
He's probably still a little sad.
yeah, but you don't have to have that conflict. Obviously, they worked it out. And the conflict in this movie is restrained and does not overwhelm the movie. And I think if they put that in, have the Thing upset still about Reed causing this accidentally causing this disaster for him, I think it would have been distracting. and take it away from the, I think, more profound conflict that that you do get.
Yeah.
The interesting conflict in this is that they are a cohesive unit, and there's not really infighting, but there are some struggles that they're having. Johnny feels like he's inadequate and not doing enough, so he wants to like meet with Reed and get things taken care of. But the change is the fact that now their dynamic is changing. Now they're about to have a child.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
The Fantastic Four is the Fantastic Four. What does it look like with a baby?
Right.
right.
That's
This
the
might
thing.
be spoiler.
Yeah, they know about them. I think you
I
saw. Well, that's fair.
I
That's
had no
fair.
idea.
Well, there's a baby in the movie, but yeah, I agree that like it's a. I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, the movie's about family, and but it
Yeah, but
actually
it's
is.
appropriate because it's the Fantastic Four, so it has to be.
Yeah, and I was really worried.
If it's not, it's a failure.
I was really worried about the first trailer because it was very ominous. It had this like very kind of like unsettling music, and it had that very Stepford experience where like Reed is explaining to like the reporter who isn't in the movie, where he's like, "We have dinner every Sunday night on the dot, right here," and like we're the example of what America's supposed to be. And there's this like,
we're just like you.
yeah, and but it's very like Stepford and kind of like I don't know, creepy. It's got this vibe where like you go
Like they're covering up something.
right that they're covering up like their deep dysfunction,
Yeah.
and then it's like you watch the movie and no, they're
It's not like that at all.
it's not like that at all. And but it's not like, oh, that's too bad because now it's just like weird and saccharine. Like no, it's still about family, and it's and it's just throw a rock, you'll hit a movie about a dysfunctional family. How about just a functional family?
Yeah, a functional family that's put through like really tough times and has some difficulty internally with it, but like anybody would.
Yeah.
Right? Like their difficulty is, even though it's like fantastical, it is like relatable in the way that they handle it. They're not like caricatures.
Yeah.
Cartoons. They're like real people.
Right. Even though they also are literally cartoons.
Well, they literally are cartoons, yeah.
Well, no, they have a cartoon made of them.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And I was impressed that like there was no moment where I was like, well, that person is being unreasonable, or if someone would just explain themselves, this conflict would go away. There were no conflicts like that. Every conflict pretty much, you could say maybe with Johnny a little bit, like there was a little like they were a little excessively dismissive, but other than that, like everyone had a good point.
Yeah.
Even when they disagreed.
Yeah. Tiffany, do you have any standouts that you want to talk about before we get into spoiler territory?
Like standouts in terms of
just like things you want to mention, but that are kind of like key elements to this movie that I think work or maybe didn't work for you.
No, I mean everything. Like I hate to say it, but everything worked. Like I want there to be. I kind of want there to be that thing where I'm just like, well.
I have one thing.
Really?
That isn't a criticism. It's just a thing where I'm like, there it is. Yes. Okay. And even then, because of the nature of the movie and how it's like whoever is in charge of production for this movie, like either it's Shackman or any of like the producers on board, but like whoever was running this ship ran it ship shape.
Yes.
And yet you could feel there's one Marvel Cinematic Universe character in here. There's a character where you're like, yes, if this was in the MCU, this character would have been in every scene and would have just ramped it up to 11. Okay. So now we're getting into spoiler territory. But
are we?
Yeah, we're going to go right into spoiler territory. But they name drop a bunch of villains, classic Marvel villains, in a hand-wavy sequence that if you've ever seen this movie, in a room full of comic book writers, you'll hear some groans and some complaints because they were very sad that the Mad Thinker, Diablo, Red Ghost, and
the Magician.
No, they don't mention the Magician. Well, I think he was called Miracle Man back then. But in any case, a bunch of classic Puppet Master was name dropped. They're all name dropped. You never see any of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like,
you do see one ape though.
You see a super ape. And you see Red Ghost by way of John Malkovich in the cartoon show in the post credit scene.
And obviously because of that one ape, I didn't actually see the rest of the movie. I just got up and left. And I have to assume Red Ghost was in the rest of it. I'm really just here because I read about some reviews online.
I can't believe that they were like, because they could have had Diablo. He has such a ridiculously theatrical jester outfit. You could have had the Mad Thinker and like awesome Andy Android, like anything. But they were like, no, in the montage of showcasing the Fantastic Four, we're going to be like, and Red Ghost and his super apes. No notes, completely crushed it.
No.
But one of them is also, Mole Man.
Yes.
Or Harvey Elder. And Mole Man's great, but he's the MCU character. Where he's like, if this was in the MCU, he would have gone with them into space.
He has to ride along.
Like he would have been living in their ship. Like, what? When you defeated me and I got out on bail, I didn't have any place to go. You filled up Subterraneous, so now I got to live in your spaceship, and you guys weren't using it, so.
No, after they go to Subterranea, he would have been like, we didn't agree to all of this, and he's like bumbling around the Baxter building.
Yes.
And he just wanders into the ship as it's taking off. He's like, no, my precious underground.
Right? Or they're
I can't do this in space.
Yeah, or he's gonna ambush them,
Yes.
He's like, I'll get them, and then like the ship takes off. You're like, oh no.
You mean they would overcomplicate the plot by having way too many villains in it?
Yes.
He's not even a villain in this movie. He's referenced when he was a villain.
Right.
Yeah.
As opposed to it being like, here is the main conflict, and the other conflict happens to be something more existential, which is like Reed's inability to outthink everything.
Yes.
Because like that for me, I was like, that's where I thought Pedro Pascal shined.
Yes.
Like 100% in his portrayal of Reed. Every moment that he was on screen, he was thinking about something else. And not because like the actor wasn't invested, because he was so invested that it's just like when anyone's speaking, he's immediately somewhere else thinking about it. And so it's like, I loved his interactions with Ben for that reason, because it's like Ben might be over it, but Reed's like, the problem isn't just the fact that I screwed you over, it's the fact that I didn't think it through. Like I was wrong, and that will like haunt me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I love that moment when they're giving an interview. And he's like, well, I screwed up the calculations. And Ben's like, stop. Like, enough, man. Just tell the story without like also taking the blame for it.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted you to do that.
But like,
I'm over it now.
But that's like brilliant storytelling on the like writer's part, and also on Pascal's part, because it's like that. Yes, that's going to funnel directly into the like Franklin Richards of it all.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like, okay, so I screwed them over, and now we're going to go back into space. And also I don't know what this child could possibly be. So I have to I'm trying to think of everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like at every moment in this movie, like, yes, Reed is able to make the most out there wild invention, but he can't outthink everything in this movie. And that's what led me to think at the entire film that he was going to become the Maker. And I'm actually not disappointed.
No.
I'm not disappointed in that. Like, between me thinking an incursion was going to happen, he was going to become the Maker, I was like, and this is where I don't know. Oh, okay.
I don't know about you guys, but this movie is full of moments where I went, and here's where the thing I think is going to happen happens. And then it just doesn't.
Yep.
And instead it's like, oh, right. If I was just not trying to outthink the movie, this makes sense that they would do this instead of the thing I did. Gentlemen, let's hear it.
Well, hang on real quick. I was going to say, like, Marvel has, for I think a lot of us in the recent films, set us up to think that, because they've been using so many recent films as vehicles for the next thing.
Right.
And so I kept waiting for that MCUism to roll in, where they're just like, well, obviously the only reason you're watching this is to find out what the next big thing is that we're doing. Like, I'm just here to see the fucking movie about these characters. Like,
yeah, this movie didn't at all
in any way
tie into the wider MCU.
Nope.
Which I couldn't believe it. That's what I just assumed, I think, along with everyone else, it was doing.
Yeah.
Well, especially because, for both people who saw Thunderbolts, like, it was, there's a post-credit scene where, like, the Fantastic Four ship, the ship they used.
I kept thinking, like, okay, here's how they're going to show how we got, and they didn't. I don't know how that ship got there. We still don't.
We still have no idea.
There's still a mystery.
They jump ahead 4 more years.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that scene that we saw happens later. It hasn't happened yet. It's in their future.
Right.
Something to do with Doom? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Such that in the music credits, there's a sting that's just called Doom?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes!
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I want to watch it again, because I wasn't paying attention to the music in that shot with Doom, and now I'm like, oh, maybe we can get Doom's theme.
Yeah.
I can pay attention to that.
Right? Yeah. When we were watching it, I was watching it next to writer Joshua Williamson, and he had his own theories that he would share with me as the movie was happening, and so did I. There's a great shot, and it got the whole crowd delighted, and it's when they were like, Sue basically just like brokers world peace, with one notable exception, and I love the empty chair for Latveria. Like, no, we're not going to do it. We're not joining your future foundation.
Yep.
And then when they need to make the the teleporter for the world, beautiful sequence, just like that would never happen in our reality, but it's great to see. And I was like, oh, I've got it. Like, because they're like, we need. There's a moment where like they're in the control room, like, we need every single country to do their part, and I'm like, well, Latveria's not going to do it. I'm like, it's going to fail. Like, Doom's going to be like, no, flip light switch. Like,
Yes.
no. And then you saw one thing go out on the map, and Josh hits me. He's like, you got it. You know, here comes Doom. And then instead it's the character we introduced already.
Yes.
Right. It's the thing that it should be. Like,
It's
based on the rest
storytelling.
of the movie. Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
It was.
Oh, fine. It's
We'll
the
call
thing
it-
that should have happened in the movie.
I would say it's remarkable restraint, right? To not pull any of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, to keep it with just things that we've set up in the movie itself. Like, I can't believe they did it.
I can imagine Shaq being like, well, I mean, if Doom did appear in the movie, we would have raised the budget by $25 million.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about her. Julia Garner plays Shala Bal, a.k.a. the Silver Surfer. A lot of controversy about this because Silver Surfer's a dude, even though he has no genitalia.
But the Herald
Even though
of
many
Galactus-
people have been
guy,
the
though.
Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the Herald of Galactus.
The Herald.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's the Silver Surfer.
He's
He
Silver Surfer.
Converted him into a
But it's
girl.
not the main universe, so
Right. But
Right.
Yeah, so shut up.
Well,
Yeah, but
everything
they're
else is
coming.
different about the Fantastic Four too, right? Like, they didn't live in a world like that's like retro.
that's like 1965 all the
50s.
time.
that,
Yeah,
that looks
like-
like the World's Fair.
Yeah,
But it,
like
he
all
but,
doesn't-
it, but it was accurate.
Right, but it worked.
And also didn't have any other superheroes in it.
Right. No superheroes.
Yep. Yeah.
Also,
so,
Reed
like,
doesn't have a mustache. So I
not
don't
the
know what
same-
they're
it's
all
not our
planning.
world.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not.
not. That being said, I think they are going to be the lone survivors of that world. Like, I think that it's going to be, like, I think that world's going bye-bye, and we're going to keep everything Fantastic Four. But who knows? But I thought she was great.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's hard to. That's a hard thing to give a performance through the silver.
Stoicism.
Right,
Yeah.
like, it's a hard character to play, and to make it come through the I would say makeup. It's not makeup, whatever CG.
Yeah,
effect it is.
CG.
Very impressive.
Like,
And
oh, God.
Turning it into Shalabal, so Johnny's just like, hey, space chick.
Yes. Yeah.
Works and is also new.
Absolutely. Well, and
Mhm.
thematically relevant to the character. Like, we know Johnny's a womanizer. We have one female lead in this movie and no other female characters outside of, like, Sue's assistant, who I think is the woman from Ted Lasso. I was like, oh, what
Is
is
it?
Ted's therapist is in this movie.
Oh my God, is that her? Oh, she's
Yeah,
great.
it's her. Yeah. They kept referring to her. They kept cutting to her, and I turned a lot. Josh, I'm like, are we supposed to know who this is? Like, what is she doing? Like, why? I mean, she's interesting and fun, but I'm like, what? She must have a bigger role in the Shackman cut.
Yeah, she's
Her
like
and
the
Red Ghost.
Foundation's VP or something.
They
Exactly.
say she's the chief of staff. That's one of her credits.
Thank you.
She's Lynn Nichols, or the Fantastic Four chief of staff.
Okay.
So, like,
Okay.
She's in charge of many things for them.
Yes. It's great.
I thought Shalabal, I thought, was interesting on a number of levels, because I'm like, I was also, like, on the fence about it. I would have loved to have seen a really decently done Norrin Rad. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like he hasn't really gotten an in-film true representation. But I mean, we got the Zen law of it all, and obviously, because we want to lean into motherhood and family within this, we make it less about a relationship she had with someone. So we don't even see Norrin, which I was shocked by. I was like, okay, and this is where we see Like we're gonna do like
Switch.
we're gonna switch it up like that. Typically, it's Norrin Red giving everything up for his beloved Shalabal, but I'm like,
Yes.
oh, we're gonna flip the script and have it be her give up for everything for him, and I'm like, no, it's a child. I'm like,
Right.
okay, that works as well.
Because that's what the movie is. Because until you have a child, you will never understand.
Damn it.
I mean, that's a very
true.
universal thing that's like, people agree with that until you do, you don't get it.
Yep.
And I understand the concept behind it, and it feels played out a lot, but it works in this because they're like, look, I'm not sacrificing my child for this. But as she says, I'm also not sacrificing the world for my kid. We're going to work this out.
Yeah, what
You
a
just
great
have
sequence.
to trust us.
What a great sequence that was, where it could have been. Also, what a fickle group of people that world is. Where they're like, "Yay, Fantastic Four! We have our flags all ready to go," and they were like, "Hey, we lost one fight." They're like, "Boo you!"
But that's like the problem with fanaticism, right? In general, right? It's like it's an all or nothing. It's an on or off switch.
Yeah. It's actually funny because we have two superhero movies that are relaunches that are about like superheroes who are ideals that flip people one way or another in terms of extremes. And they both, I think, are very successful. We didn't really all talk about Superman, but, did the same thing.
Agreed.
I guess
but that's time for another podcast.
Yeah. That's another show. But
I was already on that show.
Yeah, you did that show.
You guys could do that show.
But yeah, Silver Surfer's great. That is one thing. That's one Marvel thing. Nobody says Silver Surfer.
Oh,
true.
Yeah.
They call they call her the Herald.
The Herald.
And they call her the Surfer, which I appreciate.
And they talk about the surfboard. At least Johnny does a lot.
Yes,
a lot.
The surfboard is referenced many times.
I'm just saying, like, I need that to be recognized. I don't have a thing for someone on a surfboard. I just have a thing for her, and she has a surfboard.
Right, and it is separate from her body.
It's totally separate.
She's not part of
like
it.
I have a weird fetish for for sporting devices attached.
There wasn't a moment where they had to knock her off the surfboard to like weaken her or something.
They did that.
At no point.
In the other one.
Yes.
We have to separate it from his board.
And
that's where he gets the power.
Reference it, but then don't do it. It's very. I guess that was the meta joke about the previous movies. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's like it's just Johnny focusing his fixation on her. He's like, I need to keep the conversation about her, but I'll make it about the board because that way it's not about her and maybe being attracted to her. I just have interest.
I love Johnny.
I see that you surf.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Does anyone else notice that she surfs? What do you think about that? Let me just get some more, like, what does everyone else think about her?
Well, I'm not objectifying her. I just find her interesting.
Yeah, she's a fascinating person, probably. I love that he's like, all right, I know. Johnny likes space. Johnny likes girls. You think I'm just obsessing over, but that is what you're doing, though. Well, yes.
Yes, but I also still have a point.
Yeah, and I recognize that you would jump to that conclusion.
Because I jumped to that conclusion.
Her surfing looks great.
Thank you.
And they were like, every chance they got, they're like, ooh, a wormhole? Yes, you're going to shoot the curl. Lava? Same thing. Space? Do it. Like every opportunity she has, she's like, phew, and she's surfing and she looks awesome doing it. And I'm like, that's what Silver Surfer's supposed to look like. If you guys make a Silver Surfer movie, which I've heard they are thinking about doing, I want to see more of that. I want to see her surfing on nebulas. I want to see more like surfing maneuvers. Because
how many things?
Oh, she can do a 360 and a kickflip.
Yes, I want to see her. Yeah, I want to see a kickflip. I want to see her like.
That's a skateboard.
Yeah, but you could still
do the same thing.
It's all extreme. All the moves in extreme sports can translate from one
flexible, Tiffany.
to the next.
But but she's great. She's stoic. There was actually a soundbite she gave that went viral. That was being used in different social media posts where she
Cowabunga?
She never says cowabunga. Nor does she say shaka bra
in her language.
Yeah, in her language she says it at one point. That's what really set Johnny off after he translated her messages. He's like, not only are they begging for their lives, but you're also like throwing out outdated 80s surfing terms at them. Like you're surfing off of their skeletons. Yeah, that's right. I don't even know what that what that means. It's been 1965 for 30 years. Because is it 1965 or is it 2025 and they never let it go?
Is it the Batman animated universe, or it's just like
black and white TVs, but computers?
I think it's
like
that
kind
it's
of
like,
computers.
It's like Watchmen, where it's like, what if there was a being or a character who could drastically accelerate very specific technologies so that you get them earlier? So like some stuff's the same, but some stuff's like not. So yeah,
Right.
I read it as like, no, it is like 1970 or 1968 or whatever, and it's just because Reed's there, he invented all this stuff that the world now has.
Yeah,
exactly.
Interesting.
And he also just likes that look.
Yes.
Yeah, I read it as America's never looked better than it did in that period in terms of aesthetically, like instead of in terms of style. So we just kept it going for 30 years.
See, and that's what had
We just
led
stagnated.
me to that. Like,
stagnation. No.
To my theory that none of it was real and it was all Franklin. Like everyone had died, and it's like that episode of TNG where it's just like I just keep it going because that's all I've ever known. And
thank you, Tiffany, for bringing it back to Star Trek.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Theory.
Well, that line when like Galactus is like he's shielding himself from you, like he's hiding from you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how much is Franklin unconsciously doing?
Right.
So, yeah.
I am so glad he didn't speak.
Franklin.
Ben notoriously hates Franklin as a character in the comics.
The turtle.
It's 100% true.
You hate Franklin the turtle. How could you hate him? What did he ever do to you?
Because he sucks. Yes.
Shots fired to our Gen Z audience. But yes.
No, I was never a fan of him just because it can be too hand wavy to say like, and Franklin does this and Franklin does that.
Yeah.
No,
well, we don't really
like
know
that kind of storytelling.
Yeah.
Because he is literally a Deus Ex Machina.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I do prefer Valeria for the two kids.
Well, I'm sure she's on her way.
I like Valeria more so, for sure.
But that's just it. Like they definitely had the ability to say like, oh, he's doing all this. And once they said he's shielding himself, I was like, oh God, are we going to have this weird thing where the baby's just like, that's right, father.
Oh my God.
I am Galactus.
I couldn't have you realize this until
it was time. Well, and that's the thing where like I will give it a ding because like I hate CGI babies. Thanks, Flash. But
there were a lot of moments. No,
CGI the face.
Not but yet. Because they did a good job making him look real, but there were too many times in the movie where he's doing actions and you're just like, that is very CG. And also, it's too in tune with what's happening in the story. Babies don't always act like that. They don't act on cue.
I know, but they're like, that's right. But now we have this magical technology that'll allow the baby to actually do what we want. And I'm like, yeah, but for whatever reason, maybe it's just our lizard brains because we know the babies do the exact opposite of what you need and they're the least convenient thing on the planet. It's like, the baby's doing something else. Like you watch Ghostbusters 2, that baby's doing something else in every scene.
Because it's actually a baby.
When the baby needs to laugh, they just ADR a laugh track from like any baby from like 100 years ago. In this case, they're like, no, the baby's reacting to the things that are happening. The baby has an appropriate like face. I wonder if the baby actually clapped at the end. But like,
you know, there was only one moment where I was like, that's not a baby. The rest of them, I was like, it's probably not, but I can't actually tell.
I think there might have been either a baby or a baby puppet, but they used
they were holding,
But they were using like the de-aging face technology that they use on everybody, and they were like, can we do that to just make a baby?
I'm with Ethan here. I didn't notice it most of the time. Like obviously when they're running around, I'm like, they're holding
it ain't gonna be a baby.
That would be illegal.
Yes.
Or immoral. Actually, the things that I actually noticed the most were, if we're talking about CG, which I know we were talking about Franklin, but if we're talking about CG, was that like, first of all, the thing looked phenomenal unless he was putting down black and white cookies or occasionally holding the baby.
Well, those black and white cookies were also CG, and I'm like, why?
That made me mad, but also I didn't realize that that Ben Grimm and I had that connection where I'm just like, yes, the black and white cookie is in fact the best cookie.
Yeah, and you both stole them when you were children. But
and when you're adults.
Yes.
I would.
Right?
No, I thought the thing looked phenomenal, and as I said to Ethan last night, he looked like to me, every time I saw him on screen, yes, he looks like rocks, but he also looked like a delicious tallow cooked chicken nugget that I desperately just wanted to take a bite of. There's just something about him that I'm just like, yes, I want to just nom.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit of ranch. I just need a little bit of ranch.
I don't even need that. Give me
like
some
maybe
honey.
a bucket.
Get me
Yeah.
some barbecue sauce. We're talking, brand name nuggets here from back
Here's
in the
another
day.
odd thing about the casting. Is there was a lot of speculation about Natasha Lyonne's character because she had
Yes.
played a MCU character already in the What If series. Gentlemen, I completely understand if you don't know this because What If was terrible. But Darcy, the character from Two Broke Girls, or the actor who plays Darcy.
Yeah.
She and Howard the Duck have sex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kat Dennings.
What?
Thank you.
Kat Dennings.
Yeah, those two have a baby.
Sweet.
Like
She-
in What If?
Yeah, and What If she lays an egg and the egg hatches and it becomes Birdie, and Birdie is played by Natasha Lyonne, and she's a multiversal character. So people were really worried that Birdie was going to appear in this movie. And they're like, no, Natasha Lyonne.
no,
We hired you
no.
to act.
we just
you're-
like that actress.
We like
We
her.
worked with her. We know
thought
that
she'd be
she's
great
good.
as
Yeah.
right. She's easy to work with. So you're
Don't
Rachel.
make it
now.
weird.
Yeah, don't make it weird.
So why did they pick Rachel? Like she's just a made up character, right?
I think so. What's also weird is the Puppet Master is a character in this universe that they fought already. So I guess it doesn't work out with Alicia. Now that being said, Johnny steals Alicia from Ben, and then they break up, and no one's with Alicia for a minute. Also, Alicia's replaced by a Skrull when she's with Johnny. So
I
don't
would
worry
say
about that.
it invites too much speculation as to like, but what's that going to be about? This is just a character.
Yes, she's there to like establish that Ben is still seeking some kind of connection.
Yeah,
And we're not. And Reed has too much to do. He can't also be sad. Like, we can't hate Ben for being mad at Reed for making him a rock monster. So we'll give Ben something else to do and let Reed be focused on Sue.
All right.
I think it also. Sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go.
I think it really ties into Ben's humanity poking out because this is a teacher at a Jewish school in Yancey Street where he grew up, and he doesn't need to be the thing to connect to her.
Right.
He connects to her on a different level.
Yeah, as Ben from the same town.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so funny because like I definitely got the read off of Ben that he still isn't truly over it.
Yeah.
Like he has forgiven Reed. He has found joy and happiness in his life. He talks about how he's just like, he loves cooking, he loves doing all that stuff. He goes to Yancey Street often. But like when he initially like talks with her, he's like, oh, like I screwed up. And then when he sees her again, she's surrounded by all these like normal like folks, especially like gentlemen, and he doesn't go there. He sees his face. I think he's still not there. And it's only when there are end days that he gets the courage to go and talk with her because
he's got nothing to lose, right?
Yeah. He
but
accepts
like,
the
prior
advice from
to
Silver Surfer.
that,
Yeah.
But
They
prior to
definitely with the interaction with the children, lift the thing, lift the car, and like him like having some aggression toward them. Like he clearly doesn't want to be doing that. He just wants to go about his day, but because he looks like the thing, like he can't.
Yes.
And like so you get the tragedy of the thing and like his sadness without it having to be like punched in the face.
See,
right.
It's interesting. I didn't read it that way. I read it the fact that they're like, oh, you want me to lift the car? Like, it's a gimmick that he does, but like, this is who I am. Yeah, I'm going to play with them a little bit.
Right.
That's funny because I didn't read it either of those ways because supported by like moments later on, I think Ben Grimm is sad he couldn't have children.
Oh, yeah.
That's
so like he goes by
very
the school,
possible.
he'll make them very happy. Like he'll do whatever because like he's just like, I can't have this. And so like when Reed and Sue had the baby, he wants to carry the baby around. He wants to interact with the baby.
He reads all the books. Yeah. That was really cool. Interesting. I like all those reads on it. I also got the impression, at least a little bit, where he was like, when he pretended to throw the car at them, he's like, like don't. Yeah. But
yeah, you keep egging me on. I'm gonna do it one day.
Right, but also like it's like a celebrity who like loses it, where it's like I just want to. I'm from here. I grew up in that apartment right there, and now everyone's like, "Hey, do a flip." Like,
Yep.
how about I just
Hey,
go
what
buy
time is
cookies?
it?
I don't know what that means,
It's 3:07.
Dick. I don't. I like it's clobbering time. I like that he likes saying it. I wish he had come up with it because it is so insipid.
In
Like,
my
it's
Who's the
head,
thing?
the thing, yeah.
Well, he
I think
doesn't like
did
saying
say
it. He only says it once.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
saying,
but when he
I wish
says
he
it,
did. Like, when,
he
the thing
goes
does like to
for
say
it.
it in the comics. Like, thing loves
Yes.
saying it.
Yes, in the
Yeah.
comics. Here,
I-
they seem to have invented a new version of him where he never said it. He says only the cartoon says it.
Yeah,
I would
I don't
say
know,
that
maybe he
he's
said it once and thought better of it. I don't know.
I think he did say it.
That's what I think is he said it one time, maybe
Like, I
on
didn't plan
camera,
for it
and
to be
then
this whole thing.
it haunted him for the
Yeah.
last like 4, 6,
like, that's
however
his
many years.
catchphrase. We got it. And he's like, no, don't do
Like,
it
I
every
don't want to
episode.
say it all the time. You're gonna wear it out. They've ruined it. They ruined.
they
I
ruined
won't say
it.
anymore.
Yeah,
And like,
That's a
yes,
fun
I'm a rock
backstory
monster. I'm
for
good at
that.
punching stuff, but I'm also still intelligent.
yeah.
I have
yeah.
ideas. I can do other things.
I'm a man. I love
can,
the scene.
I can say different things when I hit stuff. I don't always have to say the one thing that I said that one time.
No, you do though.
So what they did with Ben, I thought was incredible, was that they made sure to show you his gentleness throughout the entire movie, whether it be with interacting with the kids or, going to Yancey Street. He's always carrying like a bag of something like groceries very delicately. He's the one that actually delivers Franklin.
Yeah.
Which is probably for the best that Reed had nothing to do with that other than try to like console Sue, because there's just no way he could have handled it. I'm sorry.
He would have been looking at her uterus like, this is all insane.
He's
I
like,
can't
"What-
believe that this is how it works. I'll make you a new uterus, a better uterus.
And Johnny's flying, being like, "That's my sister." No, no, no,
I'm
no,
not.
no.
I'm
going
just
in there.
eyes forward. Eyes forward.
Good for him.
But like Ben gets up to do that without even
Hesitation
thinking.
or
Yeah, he's just like,
provocation.
well, this is
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do, and like he's
Yeah.
the one that has to do all the most delicate parts of that. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, they're really trying to show you that it's like, here was a guy who was obviously like a gentle giant, and now he is, just this coarse, rough being,
Yeah.
but like a heart of gold. And I was like,
Yeah,
that's
Don't worry. There's a deleted scene where when he has to tie the knot to the placenta, or to the umbilical cord,
yeah,
he actually makes a balloon animal out of it. Like, here's
Perfect.
a duck.
Yeah.
perfect. Yes,
Great.
Thanks for that visual, Ben.
Ralph Ennison plays Galactus.
yes.
All right, what is he in? Because I don't recognize the name whatsoever.
Okay. You ready for this? Ralph
Yes.
Ennison is in The Green Knight. He plays the Green Knight.
What?
Okay.
He's also in The Vavitch. He plays the
What? Oh my god! Yes, that's
Yeah.
what that voice is from.
Yes, he has a crazy voice, and it's awesome. I'll say this: he's in a suit. They brought the suit to Comic-Con. It's on this floor. He then like saw a picture of it. He's like, I got to wear. I had to wear that.
That's
Like that Galactus costume
What?
is an outfit,
That's cool.
and it
That's
looks
very
great
cool.
up close.
oh yeah,
Uh,
he's just in every like Eggers thing.
Yes,
He's
Eggers
in
loves
the,
him.
He's in the Northman. He was in Nosferatu. I didn't see Nosferatu yet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, neither me.
He's great, and he has a crazy voice. His Galactus is a character. He has a motivation, which is another thing. Like where it's like they had, like Shackman's like, okay, well, let's take all the things that Marvel had been doing wrong for the last phase, like motivations, character decisions, tight story, plot, a script.
What someone's going to do in service of their motivation.
Yeah, and the story
Like,
itself.
I'm going to
and how
follow through
relates
it
to
on what I want for it. I'm not just going to get distracted in 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. But like Galactus is awesome. His ship looks great. The fact that they like made it make sense within the context of the story. Like he goes in the planet, they juice the planet. Then he has tubes that plug into his back that like he lives off
Suck up
of.
the stuff, yeah.
Yeah, to suck. Like he,
Yeah, they
it's
show
like
the conveyor belts carrying the rocks into the
yeah, like
I
they
very much
convert into
appreciate that.
magma that he then like
Yeah.
puts, and then like when Reed gets really pissed when they're gonna like take his baby, and he's like, "All
Yep.
right, I'm just gonna start like opening valves with this thing," and he's like, "My goo!" I'm like,
Yep.
that is not the comic books, but I
No.
like what you did here.
Yep.
So I'm okay with it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna allow it.
I feel like they had that moment, and I feel like there was a comic where he had like tubes and stuff connected to him, like a later one.
Yeah.
To
I think
do
that's
something.
part of his drill, right?
he has like the thing that he uses to like tap into the end. There's tubes, but they don't necessarily all connect to him.
Yeah.
He's usually autonomous, but
I'm thinking
he
about
has a
something
big
where
chair.
they tried to use him to like charge something,
Yes.
or so it was much more recent, but it reminded me of that, but totally different, right? It's like no, this is how he feeds, which was not a thing in the comics, but it struck me as like authentic and
Yes.
interesting. And then like the fact that they used it later in the fight, that was so cool to me. And it was like an example of like that's Reed. That's how Reed fights. Like he's thinking, and he's like,
Yes.
I saw those things. Like, what if I could open one and like, you know,
Yeah,
it might
power him
stop him
down
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Meanwhile, in the
consistent-
previous version, instead of magma coming out, it was just blood.
Right. Just it's like, no, this is good. This is gross. Just
My
people
innards!
shooting out of their skeletons.
I did think it was interesting because it's like the desire for him to not have this any longer. That was something for me. Maybe that is my ding for this
That's
movie.
new.
Is that like
yeah, that was like
is that like Galactus wants for nothing, right?
yes.
Galactus is,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Galactus, upon finding out that Franklin Richards is a thing, is like, ooh, wait, I don't have to do this anymore. I'm like,
Yeah. I feel like Marvel opened the door for that though by having him turn out to be someone who was from another universe,
Yeah.
like pre-Big Bang. It's like, well, that kind of like implies that then he probably doesn't want to be this, right?
Mm.
Like, because he was a man once. So like once that's a thing, that it does to me logically follow that he would want to stop.
Mm.
I don't know if they ever did that in the comics, but I liked it better before actually he did have that background. I prefer him as just a
A
universal
force.
constant.
being,
Yeah.
and
And that's how the surfer like
Presents
announces him. It's just like,
Yes.
ta-da. Really quickly, Ethan and I were talking about this, about Shalabal, a Silver Surfer, being when she hears all the recordings after Johnny translates them. And I was like, all right, what's your read on this, both of you? Did she remember doing this, or are we doing Silver Surfer who, once she becomes Silver Surfer, no longer has the memory of Zenla and all the planets that she goes, so she just does these things because that's what she's meant to do, like,
Yeah.
or is she ignoring it and just doing whatever?
I'm sad to say I think she's just ignoring it. I love the idea that that Galactus is like, it's very inconvenient when my heralds remember who they were, because then they all get all uppity about genocide. So what I do is I just remove their humanity, and then I send them off to do things. But when people remind them of their humanity, like Alicia Masters in the original comic, it makes things harder for me. I think she does remember. I think it's worse that she's like, yes, I know. Yes, I remember. I wish I didn't. And I'm trying not to. Like, that's why I say all the nice things in the heraldry. Like, I'm like, hey, say all the nice things you want to say to each other because it's bad,
Mm-hmm.
And then I leave immediately. Like, I don't stay.
That's interesting because I also picked up on her saying like some kind of nice things in the initial message that I'm like, that doesn't feel like the Herald, right? That's like a different take on the Herald, where she's like, she's actually trying to help. She's like, I feel bad for you. Like, here's how you should, handle this.
Here's how I would do it
emotionally. Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is like, that's interesting. So I kind of agree that I think like her humanity, or whatever species she is,
right,
it's not
Zenla.
completely, is not removed. Her memories aren't removed. Like, she is trying something, but maybe
Yes.
she's like deadened or something. I don't know. Like,
So
I would
I could
say that
definitely-
Galactus is like suppressing something within her, right?
I'd be okay
causes
with
her
that.
to act this way.
I would agree with that, but I think if you look at it, it might just be the fact of how long she's been the Herald.
So you have to be
Time is something
desensitized.
that's going to callous her emotionally to this.
Mhm.
If she has seen world after world destroyed, that's going to have an effect on you. And if it's been centuries, eons since you were last on your world, your memories of your family, your culture and civilization, and where you came from may be something that is forgotten to you. Not because the memories have been erased, just because you have so much other experience that has happened since then that it separates you from it.
Right.
So I think once she's directly brought face to face with, these are your words, this was it, it just like unlocks something where she's like, I haven't thought about that in forever.
Right.
Holy crap.
Like, you've been Silver Surfer longer than you were ever Shalabal.
Yeah.
I don't know when it happens. Like, I don't know. Okay. So in the comics, Shalabel's still alive. Like, you go see her. So it's not like
it wasn't that
happened-
long ago.
It
Yeah.
wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't 5 years ago.
Yeah. Also, I think even in the Tim Story movies, like, Silver Surfer doesn't show up and go like, ladies and gentlemen, Galactus. He shows, like, he heralds it in as much as he gets there first.
Mhm.
So when you see him, it's like a herald where you're like, what's up with the silver guy? Oh, death. I like that a little better, that like the Silver Surfer shows up, and if you're cosmically aware, you're like, oh no.
Yeah, you call me a herald. I'm not a herald. I'm a surveyor.
Right, yeah.
I
don't
find
go like,
planets.
I don't have a horn. I'm like, burp, 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 burp. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
Yeah,
the
like,
big guy.
The
big guy's
heraldry
here.
could be something she takes upon herself,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh, I'm doing this. It's a little thing I do. Galactus doesn't care whether I do it or not,
That's true.
but it's
He
my
really doesn't.
tradition.
I would
Maybe
rather you
that's how-
didn't.
It kind of gives them like a chance to try and fight me, even though it's futile. But like,
Yeah,
maybe don't even
the
like go there.
spacefaring ones always get on a ship, and you have to stop it. It's just messier.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wish
It'd
they
also be
would.
really funny to see her like go to a planet where it's just animals. Like there is no intelligent life,
It's
and
just
she's
pigs.
still doing that. And she's like, "Go amongst your loved ones. Spend this final night in revelry, because eventually he will come." And the animals are like, "I don't understand.
Yeah, they just.
I
they
can't
just
even
poop on the
comprehend
floor.
you. I barely comprehend the wolf
If
behind
there
me."
were only dolphins, would she speak dolphin? Actually, did she speak all the different languages to all the different parts, or did she only come to New York and speak English?
I assume that she learns the language of the people to whom she's speaking,
Hmm.
or
But
I mean,
which
like, they don't-
language?
they don't
I
explain
think
it.
she spoke
Yeah.
that, and it was up to us to translate. So if she landed someplace else, she would have spoke something
No,
else.
because remember she says it, and they use her English words to become the Rosetta Stone for her language that she says when she says the blessing and the stuff in space. She
I
doesn't
know.
actually. Yeah.
No, I'm saying I think she landed, spoke English to us.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then,
I
like, it's
agree.
up to us to translate it to everyone else. Like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
by the way, this is
Right.
what she said. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
I found the dominant culture and I learned that language and I'm speaking only to them. I assume they'll pass the word on.
I
Explain it to the
assume-
Japanese, will you please?
I assumed it was based on energy signatures. 'Cause if you think about it, there's no way that the Freedom or the Fantastic Force Tower, whatever it's called, the
Oh yeah, the Baxter Building.
the Baxter Building. I assume that the Baxter Building is like a beacon, essentially,
Right.
to anyone. They're just like, there's a lot happening there.
Yeah.
So I'll just
Yeah.
go there. That seems good. That
Yeah.
seems like a good
mean,
idea. And I mean, also Johnny.
At that time, New York would also have had like the most lights,
Yeah,
like
that's
the
true.
most signs
yeah,
of
for sure.
civilization. Not anymore, but in that
Yeah.
1960s.
So-
yeah.
So like for me, when it came to her, whether or not she remembered or not, I was of a mind, and I still am, that she does not, because they specifically had Johnny play for her the thank yous from Zenla.
Right.
Like, thank you, Shalabal, like for making this sacrifice.
Yeah.
That I think she didn't remember maybe any of it. And like when she flashes back, or like she talks about like, becoming the Herald, it's
Yeah.
like she's like, oh, that's what I did.
Right. That's interesting too. I think it's also I think it's more like, because the other thing is that like Galactus, at least in the comics, Galactus is like, you don't go back to Zenla. Like you can't ever.
You
Turn.
can never go back.
Not
But
again.
I feel like in this case, like she never got the messages, of thanks, because she's not allowed to go there.
Also, yeah, you can't go back to Zenla, because after you left to find another planet, I ate Zenla.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
what's the
I'm a
word of
dick.
Galactus mean?
Right. Nothing.
Right?
Big-
We do
I'm a
not
big jerk.
establish that this Galactus is a man of his word. He's kind of a douche in this,
Yes.
more so than I think comics Galactus is, who is
Yes.
not a good or bad guy. Like the fact that he puts this like deal to them is like horrible,
Yeah.
and you get the impression that like he's an asshole. And then at the end when he takes Franklin and he's like, and I'm gonna eat your planet anyway. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you got the kid. He's like, yeah, but we
Yeah,
didn't make the deal. They wouldn't make the deal, so I'm eating the
Well,
planet.
And
Yeah.
not only that, the deal was you give me the child. You didn't try and give me the child. I
You
didn't
made me
take
fight
the
for it,
child.
so I'm eating
I'd
your
come
planet.
here.
Yeah. I'm here
Yeah.
now and I'm hungry. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'ma
he's
eat
more
this.
of a villain to me.
He is
than
more of a
real
villain.
Galactus, who's like a force of nature.
I
feel like he's being cheated.
I still think he is also still a force of nature though in that way, because he's just like, it's like a computer. I gave you this
Right.
option, you chose not to accept it, now I have to do
Hmm.
the other thing.
Right.
And
You know,
I'm
like-
still going to get what I want because I'm Galactus.
Yeah. Like you attempt to fight against me, even in the face of like annihilation. I guess good for you. Like, does that make you feel better? I guess.
Right.
I don't understand. All I
Yeah.
know is I want this thing, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm Yzma about it. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was left
unlock
thinking,
this
like,
door and I'll burn your house
would
down.
he have honored the deal if they'd made it, or
or-
would he have just eaten the planet?
Or you'll
anyway?
burn the house down.
Yeah, he would have. I think he would have. I think he would have honored the deal if they had offered, if they had accepted it.
So here's a follow up. Would it have mattered if they had honored if they made the deal, right? And they give him the child, if they needs of the many, this child, and he does do the power transfer, and now Franklin
Is Galactus.
Yeah, the deal doesn't stand anymore.
Right.
Who's
Right.
to stop Franklin?
did make that deal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Caleb,
From eating the
presumably.
planet,
Well, yeah, I said I wouldn't eat your planet. I'm no longer Galactus.
I'm not saying the
You'll
next guy
kid.
won't.
Right.
Yeah, it's not my problem.
No. Well, yeah, that's not. Now I'm not the guy you made the deal with anymore. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Like-
Although he gives the hunger to the child. He doesn't
the plan,
necessarily say
yeah.
like he's going to turn into me. He does say he will consume worlds, but like Galactus is still piloting that massive ship. That's
Yeah.
still Galactus.
Well, the ship
But
is
I
the-
think he would put Franklin in the ship. I don't
Yes.
know.
I got the
Hey,
impression
man.
it was
Very
just
good to
vague
do.
swap out.
Like,
Yeah.
He's
hey
gonna press the
man,
buttons and make it eat the Earth.
this is yours. I'm gonna go. I've been doing this for a while.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Oh, Also,
I got a beach planet that I gotta go retire on.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Franklin
Called
wouldn't
Zenla.
need the ship, knowing what we know about Franklin. If he wanted to eat the planet, he would just like get giant and eat it, or whatever.
Right.
Or
I
he
think
can do
he
anything.
could
get
just-
small and go in his mouth. Like,
Yeah, he
So-
could just consume its energy. Like he could do whatever he wanted.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
also assume that this is, and we'll have to see in the future, you know, talking about Ben's favorite character here, Franklin Richards, I wonder if it isn't Galactus's extreme misunderstanding of what Franklin is.
Right.
And that he's like, he could
yeah.
take, he'll like take my hunger, more or less being like, he'll change reality so that
Yes.
I am not this any longer.
Mm.
But I don't even know if he recognizes that. He just knows that like this kid is something special.
Yeah.
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 He's the only being
If
that's
anyone can
like,
take
as
it, it's him.
powerful as me.
Well, he says that the kid has the power cosmic, which I'm
Yeah,
like,
he says the
you have
power
to marvel it
cosmic.
up.
Yeah.
Like, you have
Yeah.
to marvel it up. You
You have
can't
to
take a
one
word
thing and make it another thing.
make it another thing.
That it's not. Yeah. Yeah, but what is Franklin? Like, where does his power
He's a
come
mutant.
from?
Not
Oh.
according to Dan Slott.
Yeah, I know, but he's making Superman now, so
Also, how is he a mutant and showing powers when he's a baby?
yeah.
I thought
well,
that was
that's-
supposed to be like, you know,
Yeah, I know.
puberty.
Yeah, it is, but also no.
Yeah. He's a problem for Marvel to explain.
He
Because
is
it
a
doesn't make any
problem.
friggin' sense.
Yeah. Well, let's move on from Franklin.
Yeah, that's very, very
It's best not to
fair.
think about it.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Sue very much, but Vanessa Kirby's amazing. She crushes it. I
Yes,
really love
literally.
like I know that she like has a I think she's English or something like that, but like
Yeah.
I like her voice that she chose for this one. Apparently, by the way, Pedro Pascal for the first shooting of this movie did a transatlantic accent. Like, well, let me tell you this, Bernie, and they were like, "Don't do that." anymore."
Yo, I want to
Here's the
hear
thing.
that.
Yeah, me
We're
too.
not having everyone do that, so you can't.
Oh no, he's like only me, only I wanted to do it.
Yo, I know, I
Because
want
Reed
that.
is like hoity-toity, you
That's,
know?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. They told him not to do it anymore, and he's like, it took him a long time to get out of it. So maybe the voice that he's doing is like something. Is like they
Like
said,
a
just
variant of
no.
that.
They're like, we paid for Pedro Pascal. Just sound like Pedro Pascal, and he doesn't. So
No.
I think it's like I think he's like,
I really
All right.
like that idea. I think I would have trusted my actor in that instance.
Me
But I
too.
mean, again, it doesn't take away from
No.
what we have. But I
I
think
think
I
it just
definitely
stylizes it a little bit different because like all the people in New York that surround the Baxter building and like are on the show and things like that aren't talking like that.
yeah,
That was an
but-
affectation of the time. So if you have one actor do it and no one else does, you're either like, why are you so different?
right.
I don't
Or
know.
why, does
Why are
the
you
world
like an
not fit?
actor?
I-
Like, that's the
well,
thing. Like, he would be like an actor in that universe because
I-
that's who used that accent.
I guess.
And rich people. Yeah.
Yeah, and rich people, which he
Which
is.
he is. So
So yeah,
he's also different than all of them, right? So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would make him a little bit
Right.
separate from everybody. Which
But
could-
at the same time, one of the reasons people talk like that when they're rich is because of the culture and the stuff that's going on around them and the people they surround themselves with and the social events they go to. And that's not something Reed's going to do.
That's
Reed's
true.
going to immerse himself into science.
Yeah.
yes,
true.
it would be a strange choice for a scientist to
But I never would've
consciously
asked.
adopt that accent.
I never would have been like, that's weird. I would have
No.
accepted it.
Yes.
But yeah, she's
no,
great.
I think she did a great job.
love
Thank you so much to her for putting deep voice girlies out there because I was like, yes, thank
Yeah.
you. We
I
don't
love
all
that-
have to use our I'm in public voice all the time.
Yeah. I love her the portrayal of the powers where they were like, no, we're not just gonna like put it on a string and put it in front of you. Like it's gonna be like this kind of like rainbow spectrum thing.
Yes.
Like to showcase her invisibility powers. I'm like, this is
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
Looks great.
I liked
Because
her,
that
like-
makes sense.
Yeah.
Invisibility is reducing the visible spectrum so you hide things.
It's great. I was
Great.
thrilled.
I liked her like combat or dangerous situation use of her invisibility, but also her day to day. Like when she when her chief of staff is like, hey, this guy wants to have a conversation with you. Oh, thank you. Like
I'll let
that's
you know
the
when I
best
see her.
case situation of that. I'm like, yes, I want that in my day to day. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the whole birthing sequence on the ship, I was like, this is so great, so tight, like so smart.
Yeah,
Again,
so like
storytelling and-
chaotic and tense.
Yes.
You're like, oh my god, this is too many things happening at once. How could they possibly do this?
Yeah.
Um,
And they could have not done that. Like they could have been like, well, if Mole Man's on the ship, he's like, whoa, like a dog in the back of a van. But like,
I
think-
legitimately
Oh,
thought they
Can
were
I
gonna-
name the baby?
no, I'm saying like, even if they didn't have the baby sequence, if it was just like, it's just crazy intense. And then like she gives birth back on Earth and there's a whole sequence where like they go to the hospital and, Ben's too big
God.
for the room. Because we added in 8 minutes to the movie.
that's
Yeah.
efficient storytelling right there.
Yeah.
I was happy that they didn't just go like, oh, and Herbie will deliver the baby. They're like, no, Herbie has to fly the ship.
Herbie doesn't have the right tape. He has
Yeah.
the baby tape in there.
He's got the
space
space tape. I love that tape. That was
Oh,
what a brilliant
cool.
use of
All
like that type of tech.
technology, the way that they record on gold records,
Mhm.
and then like the gold, like the record playing machine that Johnny has, those headphones. I'm like, I know those headphones. Like those are like old, cool, like big, chunky, like metal headphones. I'm like, this is all amazing. Like every piece of technology was great. They had a little bit of Comic-Con, and I was like, I want this. There was a little car. It was great.
The gold records might be a reference to the gold-plated records that
That they
were
sent
put
into
space on
Yeah.
Voyager. Yeah.
Easily, yeah, no,
Ethan, what did you think about the fact that on their space journey, on the way back, like the news reporter goes like, after their 1 month return journey, I was like,
yeah, the time dilation, yeah.
but that it took them at least more time than a movie usually gives them.
Yeah. So it was when as soon as they said that the surfer was going to be trapped for a month, I was like, oh, it's going to take a month to get back.
Yeah.
Because they had to jettison their time, their fast and light
Yes.
thing. So it's like,
Augmentation.
okay, this is how they're going to explain like the consequences of losing that piece of equipment. Like they can't just get back right away anymore.
No.
Because they lost that. Now that said, if you're at a black hole, there are none that are so close that you could possibly get here within a month without some kind of faster than light.
But they're in
You
a
know.
different universe.
But they're
I
using
guess,
the,
yeah.
They use
the
Spock's formula.
slingshot from it in order to travel at
Yeah.
least close to
So-
faster than light.
So here's the thing: like at light speed, it would take 4 years to get to the nearest star. That's at light speed, right? So unless
So it
you're
has to
going
be faster.
faster than light speed, it's impossible to conceive of a universe where you could get anywhere within a month that would be like a cosmic
Yeah.
star or whatever.
You know what they did? They did the slingshot maneuver that Spock does, but it's around a sun. But
They-
instead,
yeah.
so what they did was they actually went
They do
back.
show them going
in
into
time.
like a space tunnel. So maybe they were going faster than light, but not as much faster than light as they were.
Yeah,
Also,
they
you're
call
on,
it the faster than light jumper or whatever. So
They
it's like
do,
you're
yeah.
on a ship with Reed Richards. There's no way he's not inventing something like
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 days into there. I'm
Yeah.
going back.
And I had actually forgotten until just now that like they do show the like wormhole type effect, that the FTL effect around the ship after they do the slingshot. The
Yeah.
implication, I think, is that like, oh, they are going faster than light, but just not as faster than light as they could with the other ship.
They're
And you're
going
telling me
faster
that
than
it's
light.
not a coincidence that they have to hit 88
Oh, I
And
saw
they
that
go.
too. I was like, that
Oh
is
my God.
absolutely a reference to Back to the Future.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
talking about references and also just maybe like talking about like the ending, because it's like I think for a lot of us, you know, the fight with Galactus, them like perfectly done, where they set up like, you know, their plan fails. Here's a plan. That's what I like about this movie. They comes up with these goals. The goal fails. Next thing, right?
Yep.
Right.
So it's like the goal is we'll move the Earth, and I'm like, ooh, incursions, awesome,
Mhm.
right? We've already,
Yep.
as Ethan and my chagrin, we're not doing the ultimate nullifier, even though we clearly set up Herbie to have that information.
I was so excited about the ultimate nullifier.
Yeah.
Herbie goes into the ship. He's scanning things. He's taking samples.
He's
I was like,
prepare. Like, what's that? Oh,
Yeah.
don't push that.
but that would have been
Herbie's
too,
just like, I don't know, I just found it.
it would
Yeah.
have been too easy. But as like was pointed out, the ship is potentially still in orbit on Earth, so maybe Reed will have found out that it's up there for next time.
Yeah, when they beat him, that ship's still there. What are they going to do with
Yeah.
that ship? And 4 years
I'm
later,
sure-
I guess they solve it.
Reed will have something to do with it, I'm sure. But you know, like so that fails. They have the one teleporter left. They're gonna use the baby to
Send
teleport
Galactus.
Galactus away. And I'm like, all right, good idea. I love immediately. They're like, I didn't even see a switcheroo coming, right? I was like, they're gonna use the baby and then they're just gonna get the baby out of there. No, we're gonna switcheroo. And Galactus is like, I'm not an idiot. Like
Yeah. Although he's completely oblivious to the apparatus that he's about to step into. I'm like, wouldn't that be suspicious to him?
I think it's less that it's suspicious. He's like, but I'm Galactus. So
Right.
I've seen a lot of people try to take me
Right,
out.
it wouldn't
before.
matter.
Their great plan to defeat me, and
It's never
they're
gonna
all
work.
dead.
Also, it's like, I don't know what your buildings look like. I thought that's just a design element of your society.
They're in the Flatiron at that,
Yeah.
or is it the Flatiron district?
No, they're in
it's somewhere
Times
else.
Square.
But
They're
like,
Times Square.
they're right in Times Square, where it's a triangle anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that he like
Sure.
looks. It's like other spaceship or species in this universe like don't make statues. Like when he's like in the water and he looks at the Statue of Liberty, like what the fuck?
Yeah. I kept waiting for him to like swat it away.
Me
and then
too.
he didn't. I was so glad he didn't, because he's like, he
Me
doesn't
too.
care.
No, he's
Yeah.
like weird.
It's like, that's why is she so big? No one here is this big. Why would you make
Yeah.
her?
It's so funny. There's a moment where he gets in the water, where he jumps in the river, and there's a boat. And it's like, whoa. And I was like, do we need a big CG boat? And then I realized, I'm like, oh yeah, it's storytelling. Because like he's in the water and then he gets up and like the water splashes off of him. And like the you know, the time effect on the water falling off of him is like so that you can see how much. But the boat's there for scale. So you could be like, whoa, he's really big. Because there's nothing
How big?
there's nothing against him in that shot to
Yeah.
showcase how big he is. So otherwise it just looks like a dude in some water. But like once you
Yes.
put that boat in there, then you know the
Yes.
scale and you're like, oh, okay.
So because they put the baby in that protective case, the carrier case,
in the car seat.
I thought it was going to be they were going to teleport Galactus and teleport the baby at the same time, but teleport the baby somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah, because the
Oh.
baby's thing was like an egg.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it could have been like a thing where it's like, oh yeah, no, we teleport the baby.
I just thought they were just gonna take the baby out really quick. Like
I
John would fly
thought
by and
Reed was
grab the
just
baby.
gonna like stretch out and grab it and pull him
Grab the
away.
baby. Just do it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Which, like, in
Aha.
hindsight, why didn't they do that? But maybe that was too risky. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think Sue would not have accepted that.
Yeah,
as
No.
part of the
probably.
plan.
She
Oh.
was,
She's
she
like,
was
the
not-
baby cannot be in the triangle when Galactus is in the triangle. Absolutely.
Yes.
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 Exactly.
But like, you know, it all falls to crap, and then, you know, they have to
Yeah, so plan 2 fails.
plan
Yep.
2 fails. And then
And
you
how
know-
do you not expect him to recognize that? Galactus
Well-
scanned your ship and immediately knew the baby was there, which was like, oh, that
Well,
kid. I
how
want
many
that
times is he
kid.
gonna scan though? You know, if he hadn't scanned again, you know, then he wouldn't have detected it. Is he gonna scan?
Yeah.
I mean, he could.
Well, he
constantly
suspected a
scan.
trap
Yeah, but-
after like that bullshit with his eyes.
He
so he's like,
scans and sees that the baby's there. They
Yeah,
blind him and just like, oh, never mind. It's all good now.
Well, it's also
Yep.
clearly a trap.
I
It
know
is
I
clearly
wasn't
crap.
born yesterday, but I'm also not that old. You can just trick me like this.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. But
Like,
it's
why would the baby just be sitting there in the middle of the?
exactly.
No.
So like that, and like and like the parent, nobody's upset. Like they're just like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, whatever, it's fine.
Over there going,
Ooh,
like,
Go ahead.
what are you,
Go
what
ahead
are
and
you-
take him. I dare you.
What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Nothing. Just go ahead. Go ahead, take the baby. I mean, don't do it. We hate you.
What are you inventing?
What are you doing? What are you
I
crap?
will say, like, that was a very last minute. They had no time to put that plan together.
Oh,
so
I
like,
know.
it makes
I
sense
like that
that
they
it
were
sucked.
like,
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. Obviously
Okay. But hide. Put a wall in front of you if you're
Anything.
going to do that.
Anything. Let's Sue
Yeah.
make you invisible. But she had her own part of the plan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
By the
like,
way,
oh,
this
that-
is
Think it and
also-
just hide under a box.
This is also where people had some speculation, where it was like, their plan failed. This is where Reed goes to Doom and he asks Doom for help, and then Doom says no, or Doom helps, or Reed says, I have a solution, but it's too great a thing, and they don't do it. But then the post credit scene is it's the Council of Reeds, and like they had their own Galactuses, and like they, you know what I mean? Like there's some kind of implication that there's some no, none of that.
okay, I never once thought Doom was going to actually be in this movie. Like there was
We
never
all
a
I
moment.
definitely thought he was.
I was like, there's
when
no
they
way.
showed the empty seat, I was like,
Like,
oh,
here we
Yeah,
go.
he's gonna.
he refuses to be there, but he's showing up at the end where it's like,
No,
I'm not throwing
I
my
thought he
switch
was gonna
unless
be a
Reed kisses
dick
my
about
ring.
the
Yes.
baby. I thought he was gonna be like, oh, you'll imperil the whole world to save your child.
Right.
And he
That's
was
so-
gonna like rally the world behind him.
Yes.
No, I was like, this is like the empty seat was an acknowledgement that Doom exists in this world, and that was the end
Right.
of it. Like I was like, we're not seeing Doom in this, but again, my brain was so like we're getting Maker and we're gonna get an incursion. Like I was so on that I was like,
Yeah.
Doom's not happening, right?
You know what could have worked? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Would be if Galactus took the baby, where it's just like, we tried to do the switcheroo, he screwed us, we teleport him, but he still has the child.
Yeah.
They send him to the negative zone,
I thought they were going to put the Earth in the negative zone.
and then
Oh.
there's like, we have to get our child back from the negative zone. We go to Doom for help.
Right. That would have been cool. We literally, like, there was a moment when he's like, we're gonna move Earth. I turned to Josh and I was like, negative zone. And he's like, yes. And then it's like, no, we're gonna put Earth over there. And then he's like, oh, they're gonna bring Earth to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
That's what I
None
thought
of those
too.
things.
Yep.
No. And it's like
Nope.
you could tell they were like, okay, here's the part where they're gonna think this.
Yep.
And here's the part where
Yes.
they're gonna think this.
Yep.
And here's the part where they're and instead, what you're tricked by is that actually this is a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a comic book. Thank you.
or
Uh,
or a
Doing its own
trick
thing.
or a gimmick, even though like okay, so then you're going to introduce Doom in a movie called Doomsday, which is the second to last movie in your cinematic universe before you freaking reboot.
Yeah. And that listen, we'll get into the Doom of it all. But I just
Because
want
he
to
is technically in the movie,
yes.
or
But
stunt double is.
Something
That-
is. with it.
that anybody could be. It could be a PA for all
Yeah,
we
it's an
know.
actor. There's no way it's him.
Yeah, there's no way he showed up for that.
But
Cost
you know,
$50
so
million.
their whole thing, they all falls apart, and then we like there is no plan.
Yeah.
The plan is everyone races to save the kid, right?
Yeah, and then we'll
Uh,
figure out after we get him.
Yeah.
what
Right.
else
Which
is.
all right, listen, Herbie was like the perfect amount of Herbie because I think it would again talking about an MCUism, it would have been just or
Oh.
a Disneyism.
Josh Gad as Herbie.
Yes. Or I mean like just having him in there too much. Because like every time I see a robot now, like I can't help but think it's just like BB-8 went from being like, that's kind of fun to being like, okay, but like the movie isn't about
That's enough.
he's not
Enough.
oh, okay, we need some humor. Get the droid in here. Oh, okay, fine.
Oh, Chopper.
Maybe
Bark,
I
bark,
need
bark.
you.
Like, all right.
Yeah, like literally that. But it's like Herbie is just like, hi, every scene I'm in, I'm here for a reason. I'm here to display that Reed is not taking responsibility and doing the things he should be doing. He's
Yeah.
overthinking everything. I'm here to make sure that, you know, things are getting done. I'm here for like someone for Ben to talk to, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm here for a lot of reasons.
There is no Wally moment for Herbie.
no, which I was really impressed by. But like when he's like taking care of the kid
He's like,
and
"Here's the
Galactus
bunny."
shows up and he's just like, and he just tries to like set like you know sound an alarm like
Mhm.
Yeah, he
Like,
closes the
the
door.
shades. Yeah,
Yeah.
He puts his arm in front of the baby. Like that's the most.
yeah.
And then
That's-
Galactus just
He's
pushes
not a
him out of the
magic
way.
robot. He's just a robot. There's nothing he can do.
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know?
Like, I have nothing. I don't have
Right.
I'm not gonna save the day. I don't have
Yeah.
secret guns. I don't have
Yep.
anything. Like
I gotta tell you, man, because Herbie was
You put in
invented
the
for a
wrong
cartoon
tape.
Show. Yeah, they put the wrong tape in. I'm here for childcare. I'm not here for home defense. But he's a holdover from the '60s cartoon to replace Johnny,
Ah,
and
interesting.
he's great and he looks just
Yeah.
like him. It's weird how good
It's-
it worked.
it's like really, really good. He's got a straw. You don't have to have that in there.
He's a drink/popcorn.
We don't know. He's got a
We don't
lot
know if
going
he's a
on.
drink thing, but
We've got a lot. He's got a lot going on there.
What if it's for nachos? You just put the chips in the bottom and the cheese up top, but you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
mix it,
Suck
so you
it
gotta
out.
suck the cheese out.
I hate you.
that's probably it.
But
Usually
yeah,
how it
like I loved watching the Fantastic Four in like their most desperate hour. Like, first of all, the first time they really get their ass kicked, no one of the Earth sees it, right? And so it's like almost like they don't believe it. So I think that really feeds into their like, but then why won't you say like just if that's the what we do, then give up the kid, right? Because,
Yeah, I
like,
love that. How'd you defeat him?
Yeah.
we can't conceive
Well, you're
of
back, so you
losing.
must have.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
alive.
Also, like,
What are
yo,
you doing
don't
here
put
if you didn't beat
Reed
him?
in front of the camera. He's just gonna.
That was-
He's such an idiot. Like,
He's
you
great
can't-
in that moment where he.
I can't believe he just tells them what happened. I'm
I
like,
know. What are you doing?
Just lie.
Just say nothing.
Why would I lie? I
let-
have to help the Earth, and we have to figure out something else.
I love him say.
They're
he
gonna
clarifying.
panic, man.
Yeah, he's like, no. Obviously, I said no. Like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? What?
What do you mean you said
Yeah.
no? So what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Oh,
Well, figure it out.
Okay, if Reed was going to deceive them like that and lie, then it would have been, all right, so we said that we would give him the baby, and we're going to give them the baby. And on the day that Galactus gets here, the day before, we're getting in a ship, we're leaving,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, Earth, you're doomed.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's the
Like-
thing. Even if he said that he was gonna give him the baby, like he would just. If I was a person, I'd be like, no, you're not.
You're not gonna get
Yeah.
the baby.
You got to turn that baby over to somebody because otherwise, I know you're just gonna run away.
Yeah, because you're the only one with a spaceship.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, I think that like having the Mole Man
Yeah.
there, like, and seeing him and not having all the others be there, but like we need to establish Mole Man to some degree that he's goofy, silly, whatever, because then when the threat of Galactus shows up, you understand why the world is like, but there's nothing you can't handle because everything is like dangerous, but not really.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so like
man,
in that like final battle in Times Square, it's like the world gets to see what they were actually up against and why this was such a big deal. And it's like, no, you don't understand. The baby thing, the baby deal probably would not have because Galactus hungers.
right.
And whatever would come next was also
Gonna
going
find
to.
us anyway. Yeah, that's a
Yes.
fair point.
But like, so like watching them actually have to like team up in an actual dire situation and play off of each other's powers, like we get almost a reverse fastball special
Yeah.
between like, you know, Johnny and
Ben.
the Thing,
Yeah.
Yep.
because I'm just like, first of all, like I was, you know, Ben's up in space because I was like, oh, he's just going. Oh
Yeah. Oh, he's
oh no.
collectively-
I actually-
he's still going. Oh,
I
okay.
actually thought Silver Surfer was going to roll up and save him after, like,
Yeah.
you know, Johnny,
Mm.
you know, shamed her
Mhm.
so horrifically. But I love that it's Johnny. And then I was talking to someone else who went to the movie with us, and they were like, "But how could she? Or how could he have like carried Ben?" I'm like, I think they're just controlled falling. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that Johnny's actually holding Ben. I
No,
think,
he's
No.
directing
He
him.
might steer him a little bit, but
yes,
which he
Yeah,
would be
they
able
get
to
to
do.
the outer part of space where gravity is affecting them less, and he's just
Yes.
like, okay,
he just
I'm
pulls
going to
him
give you a little
back.
tap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
and then like just
point.
pushes him.
Yeah.
Again, clobber in time, phenomenal. But then like to see like, you know, like Reed being stretched to his limits, that was like more horrific than I expected.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
like
I expected something to break or rip.
Right. Yeah, me
I-
too.
they did a
I
great
didn't-
job with that.
yeah,
scene.
they did do a great job for sure.
You're
And
like, well, they're not gonna like permanently damage him, right?
it's
Right?
not like it's
How is
not
he
like
coming back
he's-
from this? Oh god.
He's not a like, you know, Fetch Armstrong in the hands of Ben.
Yeah. Where you're just gonna stretch him until he pops.
Yeah.
You bastard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
that
love,
was when Ben felt the most connected to Galactus. He's like, yeah,
oh no,
Except I finished the job.
his toxic things are gonna leak out of him. Do that. I
Yeah.
loved the look on Galactus's face as he was doing that. He was just like,
Yeah.
look at this
Yeah.
guy.
What?
This. Oh,
What is-
he's
are you all like
rare.
this?
Yeah.
Like, is this
Like,
what you're
"Ah,
all
this is
like?
cool. Oh man, I'm gonna. Oh, I thought he was gonna like fling him. I thought he was
Yes.
gonna, like a rubber band.
Yeah.
And maybe
I-
he would have, but he got
I
hit.
did not care for that. I was like, why would Galactus play with his food? I don't like that at all. I didn't hate
that's
it.
why-
Galactus isn't playing with his food. Galactus is torturing someone
Yes.
who like opened up a vent on his back. He's like,
Yeah,
oh
he's
no,
pissed. That's why
I'm going to hurt you.
One of the things that gave me the impression that he's more villainous. He's more of an evil character, or he's been turned evil by his circumstances.
Right. That's fair.
Because there were those moments where he like was a dick
Yes.
rather than just a god
Right.
or an indifferent god.
Yes.
I agree.
I assumed he was like, I was just the easiest way for her to kill him to just rip him in half, but it's not happening. So what I don't understand. Like,
Yep.
Right.
how, like I'm
Yeah, he was
surprised
like,
by this.
this is confusing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally, a person would have split by now.
Right.
Yeah.
And it didn't. But yeah, so I am sure a lot of folks, I'm sure there's a lot of chatter out there because it's like, people have often said that Sue is the most powerful member
Yep.
of the Fantastic Four, at least in recent years, as more development in terms of what her powers could actually mean have
Right.
come to light. So to see her physically push Galactus, it's like you can say a lot about where that power is coming from. It's
Yep.
a love of her child. It's adrenaline. It's a combination of all these things. It's the fact that she made a promise to the entire world.
Yep.
But it's also like, yes, she is physically doing that, but like with the support of the rest of the family. Like, I love when like Galactus is like grabbing onto the buildings. He's like,
Yeah. Whoa.
and like, what's Ben Grimm gonna do in that situation? The thing that he can do best. He's gonna
He's
just
gonna clobber.
yeah,
he's gonna
wreck
break
up
some
the
shit.
place.
Well, it's
Yeah.
so great because like they gave
That's
everybody
creative.
something to do,
Yes.
Mhm.
so they could work
Yes.
together. It was great.
And
It
that was
really
the
good use of their
moment.
powers.
Yes, that when she fell, and I was like, okay, well, she's dead. Fine. And then Johnny's going to go for it. I was like, this is where Reed is going to watch his whole family die and become the Maker. Because again,
Oh my God.
I'm watching this movie. I'm like obsessed
Oh.
with this Maker idea.
This is
I'm like, they're going to
horrific.
kill everyone. That's so dark. I love it. I'm here for it.
Yikes.
I'm like,
That
that's
was
why
not
all.
this movie.
I'm
I
like,
would've
that's why
been very
all the
upset.
previews to this movie were not kid friendly whatsoever.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's
I'm
why
glad
it's
they
in
did
such
not
a
do
friendly
that.
universe, so it tricks you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
No, it's not.
It's
I mean, it
horrible.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I'm glad
But
they
it's
didn't
like
do that.
it's funny. I think for a lot of folks who like are going to see this movie who don't have any background to the Fantastic Four, we're like, oh my god, that's so sad. Or it's like the love of her child, and it's like, but if you're watching this and you know who Franklin is, you're like, okay, well,
Yeah,
Well,
he's just,
And you
He'll
also
fix
know
her.
what Disney movies will do to parents.
right,
Yeah.
right. But it's, I think it's that feeling of, for me, I was like, are they going to actually go like, he has powers, or are they going to leave it like, what did happen?
Yeah,
How did
questionable.
he come back? They're like, no.
No, he has
Blue eyes,
powers.
this is scary thing. It's
But
all
it
good.
didn't like I thought it was really well executed. Not only her death, but also like Pedro Pascal's like mourning of her and
his like the Abyss homage, because that's
Yeah.
all I could think of when I was
Yeah.
watching him do that. But it was
you
he
never
made
get
it
up
his
and everything
own.
in your life.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was great.
yeah. Also,
I still think the Abyss went harder, but that's because
Oh,
Ed Harris
it-
like
Oh,
almost
yeah.
died.
Oh,
no, it
100%.
definitely goes
Yeah.
harder. But we're also in like a Marvel Disney film, so it's like
we
can
don't
only-
need Ed Harris like that.
Yeah,
in this
we
movie.
want the
It was
Pedro
already pretty
Pascal
sad.
version of it, but
Yeah.
like we don't really get to see him open up emotionally until that moment, until he has to face a world without
her.
Susan Storm in it. And I'm like,
Uh-oh.
yeah, and even to a point where like Johnny's like, yo, like
Yeah.
you gotta let my sister go. Like,
it's
He's like, no,
Like,
I'm gonna start
she
opening up
just saved
portals.
the world. It's a good death.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll find another one.
What'd you say, Reed?
Right.
Yeah.
Burp,
I-
nothing.
I would have been okay with the eyes when she wakes up and being like, oh, now we're not entirely sure, but we're pretty sure it's Franklin. But when his little hands glow on her, I was like, that's the hokiest shit.
I didn't even notice the hands
Neither.
glowing on her. I just saw the eyes.
I did. The hands
I
glowed.
Yeah, the eyes I saw.
I had no problem with that. I think they did that for people for normal folks who
Yes.
don't have a comic book background to kind of
Yeah, you have to
understand
see that the
what's
kid
going
has still
on.
kind of powers.
I would have been okay with it being questionable, being like, was it Franklin? Was it not? Who knows?
Yeah.
I like that, questionable.
Here's something awesome about the movie that
Okay.
I was very excited was in it.
Yeah.
Everyone who played the main characters in the unreleased Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie was in this.
No way.
Really?
Yep, they put Ben, Reed, Sue, and Doom and Johnny in the movie.
No way.
They all got to be in a movie that came out in theaters.
That's
Oh my god! Who did
insane.
they?
Yeah.
Were they like just background characters?
Yeah, there was
or-
like a like power plant worker number 2 and Channel 9 newscaster Carolyn Haynes and other
That's
characters.
cool.
Oh my gosh! Oh,
That's
that's
really
great.
fun.
That's
It was really
awesome.
cool. No other Fantastic Four actors from any other Fantastic Four movie.
It's too recent,
We
you
don't.
see.
We don't
They
need-
got to get a release
Because
in
they were all in
theaters.
movies that
They
came
were
out
in
in
the movie.
theaters.
We don't need
These
to make
guys
it-
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Stan and Jack?
Thank you. Thank you for confirming that. I saw that. I was like, I'm
No.
99% sure
is.
that is an homage to at least Jack Kirby. It happened so fast, and I was so looking at the art behind them. Thank you for
Yes.
confirming that. That was 100%
Silver
what I
Surfer
thought.
flies past Timely Comics
Ah,
Yeah.
at Stan and Jack's office, and so they're making Fantastic Four comics as he's, but
It's
it's
just-
old them. You didn't
it's
recognize them
young,
because
it's young them.
it's Stan when he was like bald and had no mustache.
Mm.
Yes. But I was like, I think that's supposed to be Jack, especially
Yeah.
with that. Can we talk about that?
Oh,
Like
the universe designation.
that, like
yeah.
got so many people in the theater, including myself.
Yeah,
Like
There were
that
some
was
gasps.
yes.
Because everyone was wondering, like, what's Earth 828? I don't get it.
838, yeah. It was great. The
828.
quote
828.
838.
It is
828 because
Is it 828?
it has to be
Yes.
August 28th.
Oh yeah, 28.
because
Yeah,
It
there's
has
no
to be
August.
a date that
yeah, it's a
agrees.
date that you can
Yeah.
actually get to.
Yes, it's one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
But yeah, I thought that was
The
incredible.
quote was well picked.
Yes. Yeah. And I really like the fact that they really focused on Kirby.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like, Stan was an amazing showman and
Yes.
like olive branch to the rest of the world for people who didn't love comics. But I'm glad to see that Jack is getting more
Yeah.
like little limelight there, where it's just like
yeah.
he was a huge, if not most of
Yeah.
the
The
creation of
influence.
these things. He
creativity,
just didn't want to
especially
be
here.
out there.
Yeah,
Well, like
especially
Ben is
Fantastic
him,
Four, yeah.
like
Yeah.
Silver Surfer was his favorite character. Like there's a lot that he like really
Yeah.
he's directly involved in.
There's like
There's
oh, go ahead.
There's a post credit scene where we see like a little cartoon and we get to see Dragon Man. I was like, oh, Dragon Man! He exists in this world. Great, show him for real.
Wait, is he the gargoyle looking thing?
Yeah,
Oh, I always think that's the gargoyle.
yeah. The Gray Gargoyle is he's sometimes a fantastic. He shows up
Okay.
in the Iron Man cartoon.
This is a
He's an Iron
Dragon Man.
villain.
This is a gargoyle.
That's right. That's a gargoyle. This is Dragon Man. Yeah.
There was like two things. I'm sure for a lot of people they felt like the end scene with them, like the three guys trying to put the baby seat in the thing, was chewing the scenery. I liked it. I actually appreciated a little bit of levity at the end of this like film that we
Yes.
saw. Also,
Yep.
they're very hard to put in cars. It's like
Yeah.
unbelievably
Yeah.
difficult to put a car seat in a car.
And
also
even
you-
the smartest man in the world
yes,
can't do it. He's got rubber arms and he can't do it.
Yeah.
yes.
And it's like I love the attention to detail. Like it's one of those old school belt buckles, like it's or
Yes.
seat belt buckles, where it's like the metal, and I'm like, ooh.
Yes. And also, I love the concept that like Ben obviously read the manual on the car seat,
Right.
even though or like understands how it works. Reed probably built it.
Yes.
Like he's like Ben's like, I know how this is supposed to safely work within the car, and Johnny's just like, but I know better than both of you. So it's
Right. Just cram it in.
just three guys just like arguing about if the belt has to go in one way or the other, and Sue's just like, okay.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, it seemed tedious. The second time I saw it was more fun. I don't know why it was more fun the second time, but it was
Interesting.
cute.
The other thing I really appreciated, and this is just an attention to detail from like hair, makeup, and costuming. Ted Gilbert, the host of the like Tonight Show or whatever,
Mhm.
the fact that he had like hair plugs from the top, I was like, that is such a perfect sort of attention to detail. They just emphasized that part of his hair to make it look like that. I was like,
Mhm.
yes. That
Yeah.
really solidified for me, like feeling like it was another time, another place.
Yep.
Just those
Yeah.
like those details were completely throughout. Their clothes would often look very like modern, at least the Fours did. The rest
Yep.
of the world, it was like kind of all over the place in terms of like time period, but it was like those details that like, a lot of unseen human beings put into it that made the world feel completely lived in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be very easy to like half-ass that and not have it be as immersive, but you can
Yes.
tell it's like literally every scene someone's thinking about what to put in there to make it like sell that
Yes.
environment.
Now Doom.
Doom.
The mid-credit sequence, 4 years later, Franklin is an actual actor, and I know there actually was apparently a baby. I don't know, but like whatever. There's a real person there, and Sue's talking to them, and then she turns around, comes back. Doom's messing with them. Green cape, cloak, mask. Don't see his face, but Franklin's touching it. My speculation was Doom exists in this universe. People were like, "Oh, Doom's from another universe," and I'm like, "What?"
What?
Yeah.
They already showed Latveria.
I know. I was like, no. I think that this movie was like, Doom and Reed went to college. Doom built a machine. He broke his face. He hates Reed. They don't work. They're not friends. He's fought
Right.
Doom before. Doom finds out about the baby. He finds out the baby can do anything. He makes the baby fix his face. Now he looks like Robert Downey Jr. And I wonder.
Now I'm the most handsome man in the world.
Right. Like, and now my question is, did he always look like Robert Downey Jr.? Or did Doom lose his face, find out about the multiverse, see Iron Man's dead, and go, I have a plan that involves impersonating Iron Man from another universe. Make my face look like that. Or is it just a coincidence that he has the same face as Robert Downey Jr. from the MCU, and he's like, when I'm not horribly disfigured, I look like him.
Maybe Franklin has access to all the realities, and he's a big fan of Iron Man, so he just coincidentally makes him look like that.
He would look like Tom Holland, because Franklin is the world's biggest Spider-Man fan.
Oh,
but
not in this.
But Sony
universe.
wouldn't let them have that, so no.
So that's interesting because, all right, are we saying that there's multiverses where people look exactly alike? Because we had 3 different multiverses with 3 very different Spider-Men.
Right, they're all different actors. I think in this world, the implication is that it's a coincidence that Robert Downey Jr. looks exactly like... That Doom looks just like Iron Man. It's a coincidence they look exactly the same.
I assumed it was just going to be he always has the mask on. You can get any actor to do it. It doesn't matter his face.
I thought they were going to... And if they ever took it off, his face would be all effed up, so...
No.
It wouldn't look like him.
There's no way they would do that. They would have an actor stand in his place.
See, for me, the strength for me, at least, of this movie, like seeing it. I don't know about box office or anything like that. I just mean like just watching this movie, the way this felt. This is a movie. Like here's the movie. This isn't just. And yes, it is a comic book movie, but it is a movie. I like to think that last scene with the back of Doom being displayed for us had to make everybody feel like an idiot for maybe stunt casting Doom because you didn't need it.
Nope.
You did it when the MCU was not doing well because you needed like a shot in the arm, and now I like to think that you're like, that was stupid.
Yeah. Oh no, it doesn't matter at all. Like Thunderbolts is great. It didn't make a billion
no, they were
dollars
only coming for Robert Downey Jr. No, we weren't.
No.
Nope.
No, we were not.
No, we didn't watch Thor: Love and Thunder because it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Well, I have a theory about the Doom casting, where that he's from like another universe and he's going to be dead in like a second, and it's just like he technically was Doom for a minute, but he's not going to be like the main Doom, and it's even worse than you think because it's totally just a fake out.
Yeah,
that's not worse. I think that's actually better.
Well, yeah. I think it's better because yes, it's more creative, but it's also like
shameless. And then like a really fun actor will play Doom for real.
Yeah.
So what if the implication here is that Doom, like his name isn't actually Victor Von Doom, and Doom is just a thing that he has taken up, and and that Reed went to school with this universe's Tony Stark, and
what if it's Robert Downey Doomger?
Why would
Robert
he be
Doomy
ruler of
Jr.?
Latveria, though?
He left.
There you go.
Just like Ben. Like,
yeah.
I forgot you could do that.
Yeah. I can't do that too much because when I edit, I'm like, oh no.
I know, it's all messed up.
Yeah, I have another theory about the ending, which is that it's setting up Doomsday, and he's going to be like, "Hey, I'm not here to fight. You thought that there was going to be a thing. I was just saying hi to Franklin. There's an incursion coming, and we have to blow up this other Earth, and it's going to be like our Earth." And that's going to be the conflict is like Doom wants to blow up the Earth, the opposite Earth, and
the MCU.
Like, there has to be another way. Yeah, and he's like, there's not another way. Like, this is it.
I think you've stumbled upon the post-credit scene from Thunderbolts. I think it's going to be like you're right. That like Doom is like, congratulations on beating Galactus. You win. Earth's still going to be annihilated, and so is the entire multiverse. So get your crap together, because
Yeah,
we're
I
going
know
to blow
you.
up this place.
You fought real hard to save your Earth from being destroyed, and you thought sacrificing a baby, your entire planet thought sacrificing one baby was worth it.
Right.
Now apply that to your entire planet and all of existence.
Yeah. I think
Are
he
you
did.
still okay sacrificing it? Because you're going to have to.
Yeah, I genuinely think he used Franklin to fix his face just for fun, or just because he like has plans. I think he's like, they'll believe me if I look like that world's greatest hero, and then their planet will blow up.
I mean, that could be part of his plan. Yeah, is that like I have to disguise myself.
Yeah.
I don't know how he would make Franklin do that.
Right.
That's a little weird.
Well, you just ask him, because the kid now is like,
He's
sentient.
4.
Yeah, I guess you could. Is that how it works?
I mean, if he's omniscient and can see into other universes, sure.
Yeah. He saved his mom.
Yeah. Yeah, but he did it as a baby. I took it as like he didn't know what he was doing, kind of thing. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
like control it necessarily.
Right. Well,
So
now maybe he does.
Franklin Richards just stopped the incursions, technically.
Yeah, he should be able
I mean,
to,
he
right?
didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't,
Don't think
but that's
about
because
that
they didn't
too
write it
much.
that way. But technically,
Yeah.
he could.
He should be
I don't
able
know.
to.
For no reason I don't like him.
I
Maybe
don't
he
know.
only controls his reality. He can't control other realities. So if it's going to crash in another one, he can't do anything about it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm trying.
It's gonna be hard to fix. We'll see.
I don't
But,
think
yeah.
the point is to fix it. I think this is a destructive phase of the MCU. Like we think it's rebuilding, but I think this is actually
Tearing
It's gonna
down.
be a crisis.
yeah,
Pruning.
like
Yeah.
we are definitely in the tear down before something new is put up in its place.
Yeah. Called
So-
X-Men.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which,
It's,
we'll see.
and they're gonna recast like Captain America and Iron Man and stuff. Like they're
Yeah.
gonna bring them all back. So
Yeah.
there's a reset.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a crisis. They're going to take
Yeah.
different things, and that if they want to keep it, they'll keep it, and if they don't, they get rid of it, and then new continuity.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah, slash and burn.
overall, do you guys recommend Fantastic Four First Steps? Should people see it more than once, if not
Yes.
once?
yeah,
Absolutely,
100%.
I mean, yes.
2 thumbs up.
I feel like we definitely have more incentive to see it more than once in the theater.
Right.
But I think everyone should see it once in the theater, and then if you want to wait until it comes out on, home viewing, go ahead.
Yeah.
I would say also though, if you have like a family that has interest, depending on the age of the children, it might benefit you to see it first, make sure it's appropriate
Mm,
for your aged children, because like I said, like those previews, I was like, who is this movie for? That was
Right.
definitely gearing us up to have more of this is geared for older children and adults. I mean, this summer of these 2 superhero movies, we went from more of a grim, gritty world for DC to something that made me feel super hopeful at the end of that film.
Yep.
To this Marvel movie being like fun and loving, but also a very different, more serious tone, even though it's like so not like the world itself lends itself to be silly, goofy, funny.
Yes.
But the way it's filmed and the acting and the story is a lot more like we're making a movie and here's
Right.
the movie. So it's like if you went to Superman and you're like, that was fun for my family, this might be, but also may not be.
Yeah, it might be a little intense, but I think they'll handle it. Like I think if your kid is 8 and up, no problem. But
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
I think
Franklin age kids, no.
it's interesting. Like Superman, I caution people who have young children against, because it's PG-13 for like a good reason.
Yeah.
It's extraordinarily violent, and there's one scene in particular in Superman where I'm like,
Yeah.
that's too much for a
Yeah.
kid. It's the
And
when he shoots him in
yeah.
the head like that.
Yeah. Yep.
and there's
as
also
kid, I
a
would be
decent amount of
traumatized by that.
cursing in it.
And there's
Yes.
cursing as well.
The
So like,
cursing.
They only
But,
say the
like-
S word, but still, it's
but like Fantastic Four, there is none of that, but it's like existentially horrible.
Yes.
Like there's so much like failure and it's so much dread hanging over the movie, and it does have that like going from hopeful to like, oh no, like we can't solve this problem, like the whole world's gonna die, and that's also terrifying in a different
Yes.
way.
Yeah, I feel like that might also be more missable by children.
I feel like
Could
it's
be if
like
they don't get it. Yeah.
one of
If they're
them
really
is
young.
you can cover their eyes during some of the like violent sequences in the one movie. You can't cover their eyes to be like, well, you see,
Yeah, you can't cover their
everyone on the
brains.
planet is doomed because one family decided that they weren't gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and now the people are turning on them, which would
and
happen.
it's
you
much
know?
like, you know, our actual reality where like we
Yeah.
have control over certain parts of our lives, but not all these other parts of our lives that you
Yeah.
have no control over. Is that cool? You're good? All right. Have some
Well,
popcorn.
Mommy, Daddy, I have a question.
No.
If that family needed to sacrifice a kid, would you be okay with that?
Yes.
Sure.
Would
What
you
if it was
sacrifice
me?
Yes.
Oh.
No,
Ah.
I would let it burn. Because
Yeah.
I'm selfish that way. I think my recommendation honestly is like do a double feature. Like go see Superman and Fantastic Four. 'cause it's
Okay,
such a
wait. There
wonderful
were
experience.
people there. So like when I was going back into the theater on one of my like, because when we go to see comic book movies, I'm like, I'm gonna make sure there's no liquid in the bladder
Yes.
right before the movie starts. So like during the previews, like right before I think it's gonna be the last preview, run out. I'm about to go back in, and there's like a bunch of guys, and they have like so much stuff, and they start going towards the theater, and then one of them goes like, no. We're over here. They're like, what do you mean? They're like, we're doing Superman first. I was like, I wanted to be like, high fives.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah. Well
Good
done.
on them.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Great.
By the
But
way,
yeah.
Sal didn't get the fake out that we got in the theaters because we go to see the movie. We see all the trailers. We get the Dolby thing. We get Nicole Kidman doing her whole thing. And then they're like, and here's one more trailer. And I'm like, why?
No, we
And it
got
was
that.
Avatar.
Yeah, we got the Avatar surprise as well.
Oh, you got the
Where it was
Avatar surprise?
like,
I
here's
was like,
more Avatar.
but like obviously it was like that's where we could slot it in because they just added it.
Yes.
So
Oof.
anyway.
Yeah, you can go out of the movie and not have to watch that trailer.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was so ready. You see Nicole Kidman, your brain's like the movie's about to start.
Movie's about to start.
Like she's the herald of the movie.
That's right.
Yeah, Tiff, you had another 3 minutes.
I have another theory about why it's there. James
Yeah.
Cameron paid extra to have it go after all that stuff so that
Yes.
everybody would see it.
Yes.
Even
I
people went
want
to the
my
bathroom.
trailer to be the last trailer. you
Wow. Okay. Okay.
see for Avatar 3.
Whoa.
It's fire now.
Fire and ash.
I couldn't do air because we already did the air stuff.
There's already
did-
flying stuff.
Because
in all
that's
of them.
Avatar is air. Then Avatar 2 is water. And Earth
But, and
is
they're all
stupid.
kind of on the Earth.
It's
The land
like-
is in all of them
Yeah.
also. So they're kind of all
But
that.
I do have 3 more sequels ready.
There's
Three
you
more
know-
sequels? I thought it was 2 more. I thought it was doing 5.
Yeah,
total.
5 of them.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we're only at 3.
Yeah, this is the second sequel.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what the worst of it is they all make money. It's not like they're failures.
Well, all 2 of 2.
That's still pretty good.
We'll
For a
see.
movie that no one asked for,
We'll
that I
see.
would never see a sequel for.
Yeah, but
they're really
like
successful.
Ethan
Avatar 1
did.
was incredibly successful.
Yes.
And then who here saw Avatar 2 in theaters?
Oh, in theaters now.
No.
No.
Exactly.
I saw it.
No, but everyone did anyway. It still made its money.
Yeah, lots of people did. Yeah.
People like it.
People love Avatar. But we're not
But I
gonna
think
talk
you
about
should go
Avatar.
see Fantastic Four. I really
Yes.
do. I
Yeah,
think
go
it's
see
well
it.
worth it. I know a lot of people are gun shy at this point. I think when it comes to MCU movies, I think a lot of bad tastes have been left in folks' mouths.
Yes.
But this
And
movie,
Marvel's also left so many things like to be released on streaming.
Yes.
yeah.
But,
that's
like we're
true.
used to that, but this is not. This is
No.
definitely worth it.
You don't have
No,
to see Thunderbolts either. You could just watch this.
Yeah, but like this movie is just it's like if it's weirdly kind of like the Iron Man 1 experience in a way where it's just like all we're thinking about necessarily is just telling this movie.
Yeah. Arguably,
Meta
you don't have
reading
to see
it,
a single MCU movie.
Yeah, like meta reading it, you feel like they're probably trying to set some stuff up, but if you're just watching it, you're just getting the experience of like a self-contained world that
Yeah.
these folks have been living in without having to do an origin story. I love how they do the origin story, really smart, make it
Mhm.
like a retrospective, like by a company or like
Yeah,
a TV
documentary.
company. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a biopic.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think it's more or less like they're like, get some ratings
Yes.
for like the 5 channels we have in this world.
Yeah.
So,
Great stuff. Well, thanks a lot
Yeah.
for being here, folks, and seeing the movie. Well, you know, that was great. Appreciate
yeah.
it. And we'll see you
So
guys.
we're gonna
next
see it
time.
anyway. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
they didn't strong arm us or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I was just like, oh, Fantastic Four PU.
fine.
Yeah,
Like,
no
get in
shit.
the theater, Ben. You're going to watch it.
Go see it.
And you're going to like it.
All right, but I want candy.
All right.
No.
Me
All
too.
right, fine.
Some candy.
Actually, Ethan did buy me gummy Skittles.
He did.
There
Did he
was
have
my
to?
bribe. I'm in.
From
And I-
outside the
and I-
theater, those were
And I brought
contraband.
my, I brought my own candy as well. Mine and Danielle's were from IKEA.
IKEA candy.
Jubla?
Yeah, we were at IKEA and I grabbed some candy
You
because I
get
was like,
some
what if we don't
Jewel
have time? No. I did get, they have like little sour cola boats. I don't know why they're shaped like
Mm.
boats. They're shaped like Viking boats or whatever. They were
They like
delicious.
Vikings there.
They were
Yeah.
like,
Sour cola?
yeah.
Interesting.
They're
Oh,
so,
that
it's
sounds
like
good.
making my
I want
mouth
that.
water thinking about it. We ate them all. It's all gone. There's none for
Oh.
anyone else.
Okay.
But I could have gone to the IKEA today.
But you didn't, and you're here now. They're all done.
Evil
Well,
machination.
thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time with some more videos like these. Bye, everybody.